Hey, what is up everyone, it's Ace. Welcome back to another Battlefield 6 video. So we know that Battlefield 6 has been playing it pretty safe with its weapons, classes and so on. We didn't have really that much gadgets and unique weapons in Battlefield 6 open beta. This is about to change astronomically because a new data mine shows a massive rail cannon, I repeat rail cannon, being present in the Battlefield 6 open beta in the files. Here's a 3D rendered leak image of the railgun. You can see it at the top, and in comparison, you can see it next to a NATO soldier and an M4A1 model at the bottom. This gun in the middle, I'm not sure what the hell that is, but you can see how huge this thing is. If we are to believe this image, we can see that the rail cannon can also be equipped with some type of an underslung, maybe M26 MAS or Dart, and it will be only available, according to Temporal, in the Battle Royale version of Battlefield 6. But wait, it gets even crazier. In Battlefield 6 Battle Royale, strike packages let you call in tools for different situations: kinetic strike, prototype, orbital firepower, devastating to structures, precise with minimal blast, power weapons, potentially a railgun or minigun, both found in the file. So we're also gonna get a minigun, like a freaking Terminator. Here's some images he included, how this would maybe look from the movies. And I have to say, guys, after I was reading this a little bit and thinking to myself, you know what, I freaking love this. This might actually make me go try the freaking Battle Royale as somebody who cannot stand Battle Royales, extraction shooters, and all these played out modes that all these other hipster zoomer gamers are playing. But this sounds pretty crazy, and it could give Battlefield that unique edge that it once experimented with in Battlefield 4 Final Stand DLC. If you guys played Battlefield 4 Final Stand, there were freaking Titans standing there on the platforms. There was a planned revolution with the Titan flying in the air on one of the maps in Final Stand Battlefield 4 DLC. This is where we also got the railgun back in the day. So this going kind of futuristic vibe for the BR could be something really, really unique to Battlefield, because when you compare Battlefield BR now, with all this shit being included in it, to Call of Duty's Warzone and the other Battle Royales, I would say that Battlefield 6 BR looks pretty freaking unique, and I think that is extremely important for it. Because if we're just going to have a copy of Warzone, and we're going to have a game that's slower than Warzone, because we know the Battlefield 6 movement is a bit slower than Call of Duty, and they're trying to drag in all the COD players from Warzone to kind of play the new BR. What exactly do they have if they're just going to have the copy of Warzone, you know what I'm saying? So this stuff is extremely crazy. The only thing I'm going to mention is I'm hoping they're not going to experiment with these things in the multiplayer just yet. Maybe it could all come to Portal, and then there we can make some crazy fucking servers. I mean, can you imagine using this orbital firepower on like this map I'm playing right now, Empire State in the middle, and just blowing everybody to absolute fucking smithereens? Would be, I think, extremely funny. The unique weapons, of course, the railgun and the minigun, could act as well as the Battlefield 4 power weapons you could pick up from the floor, like the useless 12 frags, the super high caliber sniper on Zavod, or the launcher from Siege of Shanghai. I forgot the name of the launcher. If you know the name, let me know that in the comment section. Overall, I think this is pretty exciting stuff. How do you feel about this futuristic vibe for the BR, or do you want the BR to be the usual Warzone copy as every other BR is? Additionally, Temporal provided new weapon packages and gadget skins leaks as well. Here they are on the screen. He added that you can equip a skin on a gadget as well, or a melee weapon, so you can run maybe a snow camo or some type of a desert camo on your Igla, if it's like, or your sledgehammer or the knife or the pipewood knife, or whichever crazy gadgets or melee weapons the developers are going to include in Battlefield 6. He also added that you can mark a package, let's say the M4A1, as your favorite package, and then you can call it down as a custom job over in the BR mode, which I think is freaking cool. Here we can also see the custom skins that are coming for some of these weapons. The M249, for example, has a bit more custom skins. You can see at the butt of the gun, we see actually the United States of America flag, which I think is pretty cool, though it's a bit odd considering we don't have United States as a faction. We are NATO, so I think maybe NATO flag would fit more here, but whatever, you know, I'm fine with any nation's flag. In fact, if you ask me, I would rather we fight nations versus nations like we did in every other Battlefield. If you look at, for example, BF4, and the only reason I'm mentioning BF4 is because it's the game that everybody pretty much played. We had 3 factions there, fully voice acted as well. And you know, in Battlefield 6, we only have NATO and Pax Armata, and Pax Armata just being the generic, some type of private army faction. I would rather we are just nation versus nations. I understand why that's not available in today's time and age, but still, I think it was something Battlefield. So, you know, seeing a US flag on the back of a M249, I think is pretty iconic, and I think it's freaking cool. The other skin I'm kind of digging with is this HK433, this kind of zebra-looking skin with desert paint on it. Looks also pretty cool. Overall, if this is the new skins, I'm digging this. You know, it looks kind of realistic, I guess. It fits in the vibe of Battlefield 6, and I freaking love it. BFLabs is also resuming tomorrow, so August 29th. This comes from their official BFLabs Discord. They say this Friday we are bringing BFLabs back after a short break for the Battlefield 6 open beta. Stay tuned for more information about this week's events coming soon. Will be active during the following time, so feel free to join in when your region is going live. I did hear some leaks here and there, and also from one BF Telegram group, that they're going to be playing on this new so-called or dubbed big maps of Battlefield 6. So it's going to be Mirak Valley and New Sobek City. We have covered those maps in other videos, me and other creators. So if you're going to be able to enter BFLabs, this is pretty cool for you to try actually the big maps and see how big those maps really are. We did those comparisons already, but it's nothing like seeing it live when you're playing it in a vehicle or as an infantryman. They did also mention that the NDA for BFLabs is being reactivated this Friday. So if you are in BFLabs, you gotta be careful posting stuff online and shit, because if you get caught, you know, they will kick you from BFLabs and maybe ban your account. So just consider that your heads up. And the final piece of news I have for you today, guys, is the leaked Dogtags coming to Battlefield 6. Here they are on the screen. I think the design is very similar to the Battlefield 4 Dogtag design, and I think that's really, really cool. The only thing I'm kind of missing here after seeing all these Dogtags is the old Battlefield 3 Dogtags, which you have kind of like kill counters on them, or the 100 service star special exclusive Dogtags. For example, if you got 100 service star tank, or heli, or the AA, or any of the base infantry classes, you would get a specific exclusive Dogtag, which really wasn't easy to get considering how slow it was to level and get service stars back over in Battlefield 3. They become much easier in Battlefield 4, and this is why I think they removed them, because there was nothing exclusive about getting, I don't know, 1000 service stars on Medic, just playing Locker all day. But I would like that for Battlefield 6, maybe the progression and acquiring Dogtags would be a little bit slower. Overall, how do you feel about this? I think they look freaking cool. You can also see the DICE, EA, and Motive tags as well. I'm guessing those are going to be headed to developers, and then probably we're also going to have some type of a DICE friend tag as well, which is overall very cool. Overall, these news today were really shocking for me. I have to admit, I didn't expect them to go like futuristic vibe for the BR, considering we have seen that the BR is taking place in California during their massive Battlefield 6 reveal event. Now we're hearing about the rail cannons, we're hearing about the freaking Terminators, orbitals, lasers and shit. And yeah, I'm very happy about it. I'm really not faking this enthusiasm. I'm actually thinking about trying this super futuristic vibe, because it freaking reminds me of Battlefield 2142 or of Battlefront or PlanetSide, all these other very cool games which were kind of based and made from Battlefield 2142, and it's freaking cool. If there's one thing I could return from Battlefield 2142, it would be, of course, the Titan mode. If you haven't played Battlefield 2142, and I don't blame you if you haven't, it's a super old game, but you played Battlefront 2, it is basically the supremacy mode from Battlefield 2, if you ever played that game, since that is a newer game. Basically, we would fight on the ground in a conquest-style game, and then after that, we would board the enemy capital ships in Battlefront. In Battlefield 2142, this would be the so-called Titans, and then we had to fight there as well, and that's how the game played. Basically, TLDR was you played Conquest on the ground, and then you played some type of breakthrough up top. And I think this would be a good way maybe to combine Conquest and Breakthrough together and bind them so we don't have to split the player base over multiple playlists. I think Battlefield 2142 and Star Wars Battlefront Supremacy Mode did this excellently. Would love to see that return now that I see that they're experimenting with all these futuristic weapons and orbital strikes and lasers and shit. So I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. We'll see if there's going to be some new leaks of BFLabs. And if not, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like and a subscription, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Bye-bye.